Hello everyone and welcome to special edition of 60 Minutes Live on NTA Owerri, the heart of the pride of the heartland. Today is special in so many things, in so many ways. There's a man, a son of Imo State, whom I have been inviting for this program. But because of the exigency of duty, he keep on promising he has not been able to be around. But today, he is around, he's here with me. So, he is one of the major contenders of Imo State governorship election come November 11. He is here with me. He is a long-standing politician, a political figure in Imo State, a one-time local government chairman here in the Ikedu area, a two-term Imo State House of Assembly member, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the national secretary of the PDP, and one of the high-ranked governorship candidates of Imo State governorship election come November 11. I'm talking about a handsome and, if you may like, a beautiful son of Owerri Zone in the person of Senator Samuel Anyanwu, popularly known as Sam Daddy. Sam Daddy, you're welcome to 60 Minutes Live.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
So how come this Sam Daddy has taken over your name? Most of us does not know that your name is Samuel Anyanwu. How come is this name?
Well, first of all, my name is Samuel, and my parents call me Daddy. So when I was trying to set up a company, I was able to put them together, and I formed Sam Daddy, and that took over my name. Okay,
that's a good one. So yes, sir. The topic today is my bond with Imo people. Right away, what is your motivation? What motivated you to offer yourself for the service of governorship candidate or coming to serve as governor of Imo State?
Well, this motivation did not start just today. Just like you rightly said, I've been a two-time local government chairman. That means I've started thinking about serving the people from the local government level before I get to this level where I am today. In 2019, I ran for the governorship of Imo State under the platform of PDP, but then I didn't make through the primary elections. So that's when, as far back as 2019, that's when I started preparing to run for governor of this state. As at that time, so many people came out to run different political parties, and by the special grace of God, April 12th this year, I was nominated and unopposed as the candidate of my party. I have the desire to contribute to ensure that Imo takes its pride of place. Because when I served under Governor Chukwudemwa as a local government chairman, I know what Imo used to be then. And then I think it is important that we must go back to that Imo where people are free and happy, where security is guaranteed by everybody. Because like Imo is the hospitality hub of the Southeast. But in the last 3 years, Imo is a place that's been described negatively, all about killing. So the security of the people here are not guaranteed.
Okay, sir. Before you get it, that's the mantra of your for your campaign.
That's correct.
To secure Imo.
To make Imo safe again.
So, what will you do additionally or extra to make sure that Imo is secured? And that seems to be the slogan of almost all of you who are contesting to become governor, even including the incumbent governor. So, what is the thing that is there in security?
Well, I'm glad that every other candidate have talked about the issue of insecurity in Imo. So I wouldn't have been wrong when I said I'm going to make Imo safe again. One, we should first of all look at the root cause of this insecurity in Imo. How did it start? That when young men were agitating for secession, which is normal everywhere, and then they were attacked to be criminals and armed robbers and started killing them. And these young people became angry and started to retaliate. And it could not be controlled. The present administration, instead of finding a way to tackle this insecurity, they started accusation and counter-accusation of political opponents and opposition parties masterminded the insecurity anymore. And that is playing a good service to it. First, what can I do to secure Imo again? I was a local government chairman. There was a time in Kedu you have pockets of armed robbers, kidnappers. As a local government chairman, I discovered it's my responsibility to secure my people. What did I do? I engaged all traditional rulers. I engaged all the president general of town unions. We had meetings. We identified bad spots in every nook and cranny of Ikedru. We were able to engage the young people, brought them together, and then involve them into governance by first of all appointing them as local vigilantes to all the communities. We took them to the police and DSS for training on intelligence gathering and information. We appointed them and placed them on salary. When they go out for patrol, because they are not allowed to carry arms, they will go along with police. And I can tell you, that made Ikedru became very safe. At the point, an individual of Enugu State who lost his car, whose car was snatched in Enugu, it was discovered and found in Ikedru by our vigilante based on information gathering. And the man came here and then gave an award to Ikedru local government. And of course, the State Security Service then, DSS and police, gave my local government award as the most conscious security local government in the most state as it was then. So it stopped. It is possible. Here, what do you do? There are four approaches. One, we have to use dialogue. Moreover, where there is such insecurity, the government, because the responsibility of every responsible government is to ensure security and welfare of the people. And when you don't do that, when you cannot guarantee that, that government is seen to have failed. With dialogue, led by issue of bombing or selling security agencies after innocent people, you must have information. First of all, secondly, after dialogue, you use stick and carrot approach. It's doing all over. So you should engage the communities, because those people they don't march from anywhere. They're from communities. You have to engage the traditional rulers. You have to engage the President General of the unions. You have to also engage the youths in every community. Again, when this is possible, the last option, you also talk about issue of amnesty. Why did Edua stop the insecurity in Niger Delta and oil theft in the Niger Delta? Edua talks about even when the NDDC was set up to take care of the problem of Niger Delta people. Edua thought it wise, as a then, to set up the amnesty program, which made these people, these militants, to drop their arms and embrace the government. And they were trained into so many fields, engineering, water welding, underwater welding, and all that. So some of them are very big people. So this is all we need to do is to use the dialogue approach, amnesty approach, community-based
conflict resolution mechanism.
Yes, that is one of the reasons. Even when you come to employment, I will tell you, because if you use community-based guard initiative, that will encourage the young men and women from every community to be engaged in an intelligent gathering to work directly with the security agents.
Okay, sir. When we started this program, yes, I quickly went to say, how did you come about the popular name standard that's taking your name? From there, we went into actions.
That's correct.
And some filters I'm getting at that I didn't allow you to say, to greet Imo people. So, can you say hello to Imo people before we continue?
Well, my people, the people of Imo people, very amiable Imolites, I want to welcome you to this program, and I say good morning to all. And I welcome you to watch this program.
Yes. In course of what you said the role of the government is secure the life and property.
That's correct.
And any government that cannot do that is found to be a failed government.
That's
Are
correct.
you saying that the government of Governor Hope Uzodinma is a failed government?
To be honest with you, when people cannot be secured in their home, when people cannot come back, when our brothers and sisters who live in diaspora cannot come back to meet their people at home, when they cannot bring investment home because of insecurity, that means the government has failed. What is it? That's the truth.
Okay. Then again, through that area, you talked about amnesty.
Yes.
And talking about taking care of those who are displaced. That many things have happened. Many have been killed. The young ones, the elderly, the children, every other person. Because one amnesty report puts about how many persons missing in Imo State, up to 2,000 or thereabouts. So, but again, what I want to ask now, that people, like something that just happened in Olo on Thursday, where a house was razed down in Mbano and other areas, so many other places. If by the grace of God you become the governor, now you're talking about amnesty. After that, those people that have suffered losses, do you have any succor, any program for them to defray the cost of what they have suffered, which possibly may not be their own making?
In fact, I have said this to myself. I don't know what is the reason behind why the present administration have not done the actual and accurate statistics of number of Imolans that have been killed. I've been able to find out these families. Some of them, they've lost their breadwinners. How are they managing? How are they coping? I think this is one of the reasons the government should be able to engage. It's not just hearing about people are dying as if they are dogs, as if goats are dying. This is talking about human beings. We're talking about Imolites. We're talking about families that have lost their loved ones. I believe as if become a governor of the state, I'll first of all look at the statistics, number of families that have lost their lives, and be able to bring them together. At least give them succor. Make them to believe again in the government. Because that is why it is important to get accurate number. Those people that have lost their houses, you know what it means in this hard economic situation for people to lose all they have gotten in life to build houses, the entire household. It's not easy. I know to even the servicemen that have lost their life in trying to protect us here in Imo. Some of them are not from Imo, but they have families. What is the government doing to cushion the fate of these families who have lost their ones?
So to say that if you become the governor of Imo State, what exactly in specific stance will you do to these people who have lost their families, who have lost property?
Some of them have children. You want them to cushion the fate, give them kind of grants to help the children to go to school. Or you can even pay off their academic fees. Some of them who their wives are putting children from Harvard, you give them grants to start business. And no matter how much it is, but show concern, show compassion that these people died for no just cause of their own.
Okay, His Excellency, let me ask you this question. You said that when you become the governor of Imo State, you are going to achieve all this. But there are wide rumors that your flag bearership of PDP was made possible by Governor Hope Uzodinma, that you are one of the 10 governorship candidates in Imo State that was said to have been sponsored by him. So how come now are you now saying when you become governor, when it is being rumored? So are you really the authentic candidate of your own of PDP for this election?
Yeah, this is laughable. Laughable in the sense of that in 2019, when I was running for governor, he was also running for governor in his own party. So who was sponsoring who then? First, I'm the national secretary of the party of the opposition party in Nigeria. I was in the same senate with the present governor. We all know our pedigree. So that rumor is baseless. It's nowhere to be found. Besides, this is time of campaigning. Why is the government campaigning? Why is he campaigning? I have gone to the several local governments. Went round the world to several local governments, and I'm going the second round. And I believe that I have what it takes. All it takes to be governor of Imo State? Because I have the profile. Check all the candidates with due respect. Who has that political profile that I do? 2-time local government chairman, 2-time House of Assembly, a senator, national secretary of the political party in Nigeria.
Yes, that's an intimidation.
So why would they say, how could somebody, how could I, it's just laughable anyway. And I'm sure Imola is very laughable. And this is one of those cheap political campaigns.
Okay, sir. Saying that it's laughable and it is not true. Now that if you look at the PDP, that's I'm aware that you have structures, even in no matter how remote a community is in Mbise, PDP has a structure because Imo says to be a PDP state that APC has taken over. Most of your party executives, they say some of them has defected to APC, that was part of the internal arrangement, and the people are saying again that there are notable personalities, the big wigs in PDP, who are supposed to rally around you, namely the persons of former Governor Udenwa, former Governor Ihedioha, the party Ugu, the party chairman, deputy governors that have, and some other big shots. They are not rallying around you. They are keeping quiet. What is happening? What is the magic you use to override this hill that is before you?
Well, first of all, I will not speak about those who have left the party because they're no longer my party members. But all I have to say is this: first of all, we've made sure Governor Chukudegwa is still in the party. I had just had a meeting with him last 2 days back. The chairman of the party, Ijecha Suku, just received over 10,000 members of XDP, YPP, part of Labour, part of ABGA that had joined PDP. Just a few days ago, it was the chairman. I'm sure you watched it there. Governor Emeka Ihedioha and all that, they're still in PDP. Have they told you they have left the party? They have not left the party. And when election, if you watch in our campaign council, you saw all their names there. Of course, it's statutory. And then he traveled outside the country for some time. So the party is still intact. You know, but the PDP is an organic party. There is no family who will not find a PDP. What happened in the APC today is a contraction here in Imo State. Because, of course, you know that PDP was in power before it was taken over through the Supreme Court. So, PDP is still, the Imo is PDP. Imo people love PDP. Not about the PDP. Because they know that PDP has its organ in every nook and cranny of Imo State. The fabrics of PDP is everywhere. And that is why people are coming back to PDP. As you say, when a few people left the party, they have right to go wherever they want to go. And as the other few people have left, over 2,000 people have come in. This is what is important. It's in politics. So, party is very strong and ready to take power again.
Okay, I did too, yes, because I think I saw was it DL or somebody, YPP chairmanship of Imo State. I met him the day I came to send the invitation to you. He said he has now crossed over to PDP, so maybe that's just to show that yes, to buttress what they're saying, that your camp is swelling with the number of people that are coming in.
Yesterday we received some senior members of NNPP into our party yesterday. We received some members of Labour Party. We saw the Obidati group turn now into the BC group. They have all collapsed into PDP. So they know, people have made up their mind where to go in this election. They have chosen whom they want to vote for. And so no amount of, because if you're talking about people, what the president of the session is doing is coercing people, going for endorsement, paying for endorsement. A party that has, a government that has performed very well, don't buy endorsement. Allow people to vote for you. We want the will of the people to prevail. Allow people to vote according to their conscience. That's what we have been preaching.
Okay, fine. You raised an issue of people voting and allowing the conscience of people and let their vote count. there has been pockets of negative opinion, let me use that one, that may kind of dampen the people's opinion coming out en mass to vote because of what has transpired in the presidential and state house assembly election that were conducted here in Imo State. People say their vote did not count. And to that extent, some other groups or splinter groups or some other parties have been calling for the removal of the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner. As a party, the PDP man, okay, let me say congratulations first before I go, that the Bombise local government state assembly thing, the tribunal has turned it in the favor of PDP. And more coming. Congratulations. So what will you now do to ensure that your party, are you that people will trust to vote for your party so that their vote will count? So what are you doing? What will you tell to INEC, the umpire, that ought to be unbiased, so that people's this will count and they will have the morale to come out to come and vote?
Well, first of all, INEC in the last few months have had a very bad image in the conduct of election. I've run election through where INEC is the umpire in the last few years, and it has never been like this before. It has never happened in a state like Imo State, which is a PDP state, where only one party will have 27 over 27. It has never happened. People won election, and the mandate of the people were thwarted. That is why this is one of the problems we have here. Because if people don't elect you and you force yourself on them, you cannot get the best, you cannot get the cooperation of the people. That's what the problem we have here. So we're using the media to tell INEC that they should redeem their image. So many stories have been flying all over. How they have written results, how they're going to, INEC is going to announce results, and ask you to go to court. I believe that the Rekia is a very responsible person. I believe that she knows that she owes a lot to her family, the people of Imo State, and wherever she's from. That she will not be used as one that perverted the interests and the vote of Imolites. That the vote of Imolites should count this time. And they should not be used as a winning tool to rig the election in Imo State, because it's not going to be business as usual. They must conduct a free and fair election. When people are elected by their people, they will be in tune with that administration because they elected that government. So I'm telling INEC, because rumors that are flying, where they have been calling INEC electoral officers to come and take money, they will do all this. I see it as they buy vehicles for them and all that. I see it as, for now, an allegation. But they should know that people are watching. International community are going to be here to watch. This election is an obstacle election. It's taking place only in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. And all eyes will be here because of what people anticipate. So I just want to plead with INEC that they should do the right thing.
Yes, that is it. So again, INEC has given a window for people who did not collect their PVC before the last election to go and pick it so that they will be able to vote the candidate of their choice. Your party, the PDP, let me say the biggest party in Imo State, as you pride yourself that under the biggest party in Nigeria, that now APC saying they are. So whichever way, how far have your campaign team and your group gone to the villages to tell people who have not picked their voters cards to avail themselves of the opportunity to be able to vote for the candidate of their choice?
Well, we are insisting our people, not just our people, Imolites, because you don't know who is going to vote for who. It's not everybody APC that's going to vote for APC governorship candidate. It's not everybody in PDP that may vote for all the people. It is about interest. So what we do is to encourage Imolites to go and collect their PVC for the election. And by so doing, they will ask them that they should not sell their PVC. People are enticing them, bring their PVC, we'll give you 5,000, we'll give you a cup of rice. For how long would that sustain you? Than a government that will bring succor joy and happiness and create job opportunity, encourage the civil servants, promote farmers, ensure that pensioners like you are being paid regularly. We ensure that those in the oil producing communities like Ohajibon and Uguta, through the ISO project and through the 30% oil differentiation, the areas are developed and the youths are encouraged. You need a government that will come in, look at other palm. If in full capacity production, we take over 100,000 people, other both direct and indirect employment. It's like Imoland. You need a very responsible government that will secure the life of the people. And how do you do that? You must vote yourself by yourself a government that you know that you participate in that administration, because part of our manifesto is that we ensure citizen participation in governance.
And which party do you think are you advising the people to vote for?
Which other party is in Imo State? It's PDP. PDP is the only party that can guarantee this. In the time of Achukwu, it happened. Everybody, we didn't say most of you, pensioners were paid. He tried his best before that administration was taken over through the Supreme Court. PDP is known to making Imo people and Nigerians happy. So, coming to Imo State, where I reside, and because I'm going to work with people, because I'm going to live in Imo, to work for the people, to lead the people, because I'm not going to be a governor that will live outside the state. I'll be a governor that will live amongst my people, because when you live within the people, you understand their problem. You'll be able to solve their problem.
So the slogan that the PDP shares the money, and is it different from what now? Because
PDP don't share money. What PDP does is to share prosperity. And what is prosperity? Infrastructure, employment, taking care of teachers. Look at our teachers. Look at our education. Look at our public schools. It's gone. When Richards came, he gave free education from secondary schools to part of universities. He tried within that period. It is doable. Look at our lecturers.
So let me get yes. You touched where I penciled down here. Imo State cannot pride itself as one of the states that has the highest number of higher institutions.
That's correct.
That is good. And which means we have higher number of Imo citizens now getting admitted to universities.
Yes.
With the economic situation and crunch, many families cannot afford to train their children to that university level. Many become a governor, like as you mentioned that the former governor Rochas was able to give free education. What is your party's mandate towards free education, educating the people, and creating employment for the teeming youth of this state?
First of all, in education, you know that Imo people are predominantly civil servants and petty traders. And every family strives to ensure that there's no family in Imo today that you don't have a graduate. And how does do that? We know that things are hard. As a government, we will cushion the effect of this hardship by the parents by ensuring we look at the statistics, the number of Imo indigents in all these institutions, and be able to find a way to cushion the effect by giving them grants. There are some exceptional students who are highly brilliant, but they cannot cope. We look at them, take a very good forensic investigation to ensure that they cannot have the financial capacity to carry on with their education. The state government, the government will grant them a grant to help them go through their education. Just like those of them who are in the universities, in other places. When I was local government chairman, I gave bursary award to Ikeblu sons and daughters who are in the law school. It's on record. Go there. The government did that because it is our responsibility to help them to carry on with their program in the law school. So we are going to help the families to give them bursary award so that they can help to pass through the education system. Now, even those of them in the universities, you know, I went to a university where we use meal coupon to go to eat food, to eat buyers direct. I'm sure you passed through that too. And that is why in our program in the education system, we say we're going to introduce food stamp, which is a kind of subsidized coupon for Imo indigents to help them eat balanced diets. Because if a hungry man is an angry man, if these children don't eat good food, it affects them intellectually. So we are going to do that. And having said that, we are going to ensure that all our public schools are renovated to a first-class primary school to entice parents bringing their children back to the primary school without discouraging those who have private schools. Because not everybody, yes, so you can know if you have a very formidable public schools and private schools are there, they compete. They compete, which is healthy for the state to get the best students.
Okay, that's good in education. What of in agriculture? We are a agrarian state.
That's correct.
Today, the subsidy removal and the economic crunch is making us, if you go to Anyanwu where Gary is so expensive and Gary will produce it here. Banana we get from a farm are expensive. Palm oil, as you mentioned, that the palm is not even to the reach of the common man. In the agricultural area, what is your proposed agenda for Imo to return back to the food basket of the nation and to bring raw materials for production of
well, first of all, like rightly said, Ndobala, part of Mbisen, you have Achabibo in the way north. These areas, if the government concentrate this and be able to encourage the farmers, map out hectares of lands, give it to farmers, including youths, because agriculture is one thing that can take a chunk of unemployed youth out of unemployment from the labor market. Give them grants, get high improved seedlings, cassava stem, palm seedlings. That way, government will encourage them. And also, when they produce these things, government will do a buyback. So that, and we are going to ensure that we are going to set up a silo where people can be able to store their goods to wait for the rainy day. This is our interest. We are going to give our farmers encouragement, giving them improved farm instruments, farm implements to be able to cultivate, and ensure that there will be yearly production, not seasonal, but getting fertilizers and all that, which were used to be done in those days to share farmers at a subsidized rate, you know, so that to encourage them. And when these goods come out, they have places. I started as a farmer. I'm the owner of some dairy farms. When I started, it was a poultry business. Now we're trying to diversify into integrated agro industry, where you can have piggery, fishery, and all that. When I started, I first employed 50 people. That means that I was feeding 50 families. So with that, we take care of. All these are young men and women. We give them grants. We encourage them to live in Imo State, not to live in Imo State, because what we're going to get outside, we can get here. That was why I was laughing when I heard the president administration saying they're going to take 4,000 Imolites to Europe to go and get a job. It was laughable. Laughable in the sense that you know this is not visible. In the current situation, to get a ticket to Europe is not less than 3 million naira with the current forest interest. Now, if you add 3 million as tickets, at least there's no way you cannot give that child $5,000, which is about 5 million. So it's about 8 million naira to give to one person to go to Europe. I told her 4,000 people. But I know that if you give a youth here in Imo State 5 million to start a business. That youth will be self-employed and will also employ people, because there's so many businesses you can start. Let me give you instances. For instance, if you have 1,000 beds, 1,000 chicks, probably at rate of 300 naira or 400 naira, you know it's about 1.2 million. And then to do that in a small house cannot take you up to 1 million naira to 1.2 million naira to rent a poultry house. And this child will engage in this business. Within the 6 months, that child will start selling off those beds and make money. He will employ somebody to man the poultry. That we are creating employment. So I think that we must encourage our youth by giving them grants. Even the truck pushers, if the economy of this state is moving well, even those wheelbarrow pushers will still be eating, because the economy is down here because of insecurity. Look at our hotels have closed down. All those young men and women working in all those places have been thrown back into the labor market. Before, every weekend when you come into Imo State, like today, Saturday, all the hotels are filled up. You can't even have a space. That way, the economy of the state, the revenue of the state will grow. But it's all gone.
Yes, is a scenario that is very pitiful, and exactly the hope of every person is to have 3 square meters in a day. With what is happening, we are now depending on whatever comes around. So let me take you again to this level. There is this what they call Imo Charter of Equity, which is being branded by the government of Senator Hope Uzodimma, that is part of the thing that will quell insecurity in Imo State. And you have been a grassroots politician, writing from the area of from local governments, and now they are changing, trying to say that's what will guarantee security. What would you want to say about that Imo Charter of Equity that is said to be computed or rebranded by elders?
First of all, before I go to Charter of Equity, because you have just said that is one of what is causing the insecurity in the state, or what will come insecurity in the state. Why? You see, the government has been laying lip service and so politicized its insecurity. Remember, at the point they said it was Richard Sokolocha that was in charge of insecurity in Imo State. At the point they said it's Alarume. It was no longer Alarume because it's all the same party now. At the point they said it was Uche Wosu, up to the extent that they have to go and arrest him inside the church on the Thanksgiving Day of the late mother, and whisked him away, handcuffed him, showed him viral everywhere though, that he's won. Today Uche Wosu is still remaining the APs are working with the government. He's no longer the one in charge of insecurity. At the point they said it's Ikochu Yerimo, Ikengi Imo, that which even went up to the extent that his house was burnt, uncle killed, cars raised down, and all that. At the point they said it's Excellency Jura Derona. Up to the extent they have to put him in the cell and trouble churches. At the point they said it's Excellency Meka Hidon. So before, when the rumor was going, it was not somebody was not involved then. But today I can tell you, they will tell me that because I said my mantra is making him myself again, they will not say it is Senator Samuel Anyanwu that is in charge of his security. How can you solve security through that way? And that is wrong. So if you say Charter of Equity, how can Charter of Equity cause security? It is because the present administration was not duly elected by the people. So if you say Charter of Equity, how did it come in? I don't want to overemphasize this issue of Charter of Equity. But anybody from a horizon who comes here to say, allow this present administration to finish, is after that Charter of Equity starts. It is laughable because those of the here from horizon coming here are those who are eyeing, who are not in the ballot, who are eyeing for governorship in 2027. They're talking against the people. Those people who come here to say chart of equity will start from now. People have canvassed it, how it all started, from Governor Chukwudemwa. And I believe that someone like Governor Chukwudemwa should be asked this question on how chart of equity started. When I.D. Morgan and Echero called the sons from Okigwe and the asked them. If you remember, may you rest in peace. Humphrey Ademodu was there, Greg Badu was there, and they were all people. But in the wisdom of those founding fathers elders, they said, let it start from Olo. And that was how Governor Chukwudemwa came on board. After he did his 8 years, we moved to Okigwe. That was how Hakim came on board. Hakim finished the first 4 years. He was given ticket again to go for a second time by the party. Before, of course, you know what happened. That became a history. And that is why Okigwe is today supporting Owerri. Because they know they had their fair share, but it was not their fault. And they had to come to Richards came, which of course, because of what happened with Hakim, Richards came and did 8 years. After Richards came, remember he wanted to do this, which was wanted to also run. He would said no, I fought it, but it's done for what is on. And that was how His Excellency Emeka came. And it is that ticket of Yedoha that is still playing along now. So they should allow what is on. A very honest person, forget the void of your interests. You look about Imolites, not about your person. And be honest, because whatever you come out to say today will haunt you in the future. And that is why I said, this is the turn of a Wodeson. I think that if the government is honest, after having been shot for the 4 years, should allow Wodeson to take that thing back by coming out of the race.
Okay, but it is right to ask for a second tenure, but not a constitutional right. What the constitutional right is the 4 years, as we are meant to understand.
Yes.
Okay, now, having talked about that, part of I heard you in a place where you made a speech. You said, if you become the governor of Imo State in 6 months' time, you are going to conduct a local government election.
That's correct. Now, let me tell you, having passed through that local government system is the third tier of government. It's the only government that is very close to the people. All these things are talking about agriculture and farming. Local government alone can take this with the local farmers. And within 6 months, I'm going to conduct democratically elected local government system where any party, any political party that feels any candidate and the people vote for that candidate, not even in my party, will be accepted. Because when people vote in their leader they want, they will run with that government. So, for me, because now, in the last 4 years, there have been no local government election in Imo State, even against the Supreme Court judgment. What it means is that we have 27 local government chairmen if you have elected council. You have 27 vice chairmen, that is 54. You have 305 councillors at the top. You have 5 supervisory councillors in every local government, about 135. You have secretary in every local government, secretary of local government, 27. You have a lawyer in every local government, that's another 27. Now, every local government chairman is entitled to 10 SAs. Into 27, that will be about 270. Every vice chairman is entitled by local government law administration, number 15, to appoint 5 SAs. That will be another 135. Now, if you look at every councillor is entitled to 1 PA. That's another 305. So if you put this together, we're talking about 1,501 direct employment into the local government system. 1,501 plus 54 development centers times by 5. 1,501 people, and this comes from different families. What it means, 1,501 families. And not only that, the same money that comes from the federal government to this local government is still coming every day. The state receives averagely 2.4 billion every month for the local government. But go to our local governments. They're all like a graveyard. Nothing is happening. Workers don't come to work again.
All right, that's too many things to talk about. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, that things should be done in a very good manner.
Yeah, I'm talking about direct employment.
Yeah, direct employment.
1,501.
Wow.
If you multiply this by averagely 4 persons per family, you're talking about over 6,000 people who would have been in the employment of local government system alone. And that will take a chunk of unemployed youths out of unemployment. So, because we have to do that. You have only one salad, only one person controlling the local government. It's an aberration. It's against the local government.
Okay, let me come to this area again. The civil servants in Imo State keep on wailing and crying. One, the issue of lack of promotion, pensions, gratuities. Even the last time they said that federal government gave minimum wage of 30,000 naira, they didn't receive. And now the present government said in order to cushion the effect of oil fuel subsidy, they have increased it to 40%. And unionism in Imo State has been divided into factions. If you become the governor of Imo State, what will you do to the soul of Imo civil servants and ensure that they get their pride of place?
Well, first of all, I served as local government chairman. What it means that I work with civil servants. I understand their pains. Go and ask my record at the Kedu local government when I was local government chairman. Ask the civil servant that worked under me. That was how they nicknamed me action. As at that time, I was even paid 28 days. That's what they call 28 days office. Now, the civil servants here, they said they are paying them 40,000 naira minimum wage. I can tell you, when that pronouncement was made, they even had the 30,000 they used to receive. Well, even deducted 2,000, they were going to 8,000 naira. Now, some of them, because the government has no interest in the civil servants, you will see a man, Tony Madu, seated here. He knows his bit. He knows the former GM of NTA. And you will now declare him a ghost worker. I think that it is important that, first of all, no civil servant in Imo State that has a bid that's working for the government will be declared a ghost worker. And I will show prompt payment of worker salary. Because how much is it in this economic situation? Assuming you have a wife and a husband working in a ministry, and all of them are part ghost workers, and they have young children to train. What do you think about that family? What it means is that you have ruined the lives of those families. And that I will never do. I will encourage the civil servants by making sure they get their promotions, by making sure that that which is the minimum wage ascribed for them will be paid. Including teachers. I will encourage the teachers also by giving them the training all the time. Ensure they go for trainings, workshops to be in tune with the new teaching technology or techniques. That I would do. I will ensure that the Imo pensioners are also paid their pensions appropriately, because the money is there.
Yes, Chief Sam Dadi Anyanwu, you are the chief of too many communities, but your appellation as senator and His Excellency incoming governor has taken over every other one. Yes, I know that you are the chief. This is very eloquently said, the way you have said it. The non-release of local government funds has been an issue. If you become a governor, will you graciously let the local government collect their money and fund and manage it, or are you going to do the joint thing where local government chairman will come at the end of the month, you sign, Mr. Governor, hold this to do this, and
let me tell you, I served under Governor Chukwudemwa. Chukwudemwa was a governor, never touched local government fund. He doesn't know when we do our jack and how it is being distributed. That there was competition among the local government chairmen then. Who will do the best structure? Who will invite the government to come and commission projects? As local government chairman, the road between Afula and Tamimo, 4-kilometer road, I tagged it as a local government. That road is still standing in my name. I renovated 16 primary schools. So, because the state government, the governor was not touching our funds, we were able to do those infrastructures. So, if I become the governor, I am not going, because it is a tier of government. I will not touch it. I also submitted a document where the state government was instructing treasurers and dash to transfer 91 million to a joint project account. What is the joint project? Where is the project? What people talk about roads, federal roads that have been done, 3 federal roads that have been done. The only one was started by Nature to Culture. It was completed. And that's from Kibo Road. And then the state government have gotten the refund back. What about the internal roads? What about infrastructure? Internal roads. Look at the road of look at even the road here. Go to Chukwu everywhere.
Okay, sir. Finally, time is not our favor. Let me ask you this question. They said there should be a playing level field for all of you who are governorship candidates. But the Imo State government placed a bill of 54 million for any one of you who wants to display their posters and they do campaigns. Time, just in a nutshell.
That's because the government is afraid of competition. One, even we, like a campaign organization, paid our money earlier before that. But I will see the review now our billboard. Of course, our campaign council is taking them to court on that because we have already paid and have our receipts before the start, before that increment, because I don't pay through TSA. So it's there in the account. So if a government is not afraid of competition, allow people to talk to people, showcase themselves to Imolites. Let even people choose whom they want.
Okay, sir. Finally, this is the last one. What is your talk or appeal, summary to Imo people come November 11 when you will be on ballot among others?
I want to say this to Imo people. You will not see my name, Sangadi. You will see the logo of my party, PDP, the umbrella, which you people took in as your party in the last 24 years. And I want you to go that day. In the morning, go to a polling booth, get accredited, wait for the time for voting, vote for PDP. A vote for PDP is a vote for security of Imo State. A vote for PDP is a vote to encourage employment of our youths. A vote is to encourage our civil servants. And a vote for the payment of pensioners. When you vote PDP, you are voting for industrialization of Imo State, just like this Sambakwe did by building the shoe industry, the paint industry, the gas industry, the institutes, and the power station at Amarako. These things are possible, and it can only be possible when PDP comes to power. I say vote for PDP. I will never regret it. Do not vote for insecurity. Vote for the economy of this state to boom again, because we are going to encourage foreign direct investment into Imo State. When Imo is safe, foreigners will come here and invest. I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, yes, when Imo is safe, investment will thrive and life will be sweet again.
That's correct.
I am elated to host you, His Excellency Senator Samdadi Anyanwu. Thank you very much, sir, for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers, you've heard it from him. He said a vote for PDP is a vote for prosperity, a vote for employment for the youth, a vote for industrialization and everything. I pray that every one of us should go out on November 11th to go and vote for a candidate of our choice. So station next week will bring you another candidate for the Imo Government House election that's coming up in November. I thank you on behalf of the management of staff of NTA and thank the PDP to have released their governorship candidate to be with us here. God bless Imo State.
Thank you.